Namaste. My name is Soledad, and I'll be guiding you through this introduction to prenatal yoga. And we'll start by finding a comfortable seated position. And I'm using right now a blanket. And I invite you to use a blanket or a pillow under your sit bones, and that would help to find more length in the spine, and also more, sometimes more mobility in the pelvis. And one of the things that we'll be exploring and getting to know today is our pelvic bowl and the foundation of our seated posture. So yeah, it's just really good to have a blanket under the sit bones to feel even more length through the spine and find the neutral curvature of the spine. During this practice, we'll be connecting with the rhythm of your inner body, and in that, connecting with the being growing inside of you, your baby. And we'll do this in the quietness of your own rhythm of breath, and in being present in the sensations you have at any given moment. Feel free to first listen to the signs and the language of your body before listening to me. So if there's anything that do not work for your body, please don't do it, and modify as you know, and I'll be giving many ways of modifying postures. But you want to feel nourished and that you are knowing your body more than risking anything. And let's start. So we'll start by moving the pelvis back and forth here, feeling the sensation of the sit bones in contact with the blanket, with the pillow or the floor, and noticing the range of motion of your pelvis. Notice if there's any tightness or any other sensations in your pelvis. And then find a place where you're not all the way forward or back, but right in the center. And from there, like you're building a building, find the length of your spine all the way through your heart and your crown, and soften or close your eyes here. Take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth with a sigh. And bring your hands to your belly. And here we'll first move the hands in a circular motion, or actually in any way that's enjoyable for your body. Move your hands around your belly, noticing the form with the eyes of your hands, noticing the sensation of the pressure that you are giving with your hands, a gentle pressure. Maybe you notice the bump where your baby's feet are or head. And find a place to lift, where you can lift your hands. Bring the shoulders up, back, and down. And take a deep inhale through your nose. Again, exhale through your mouth. And as you exhale, allow your body in the length of your spine to soften from the inside. And then let your breath completely relax and notice the natural flow of your breath now. Follow your inhale and your exhale. And in that, let any place that do not need to hold tension here, let any place to relax in the next exhale. Especially the tension within your face And from relaxing that any tension within your face, we're going to start guiding the breath deeper down to the pelvic bowl. Inhale to your pelvic bowl and imagine that you're inflating a balloon towards your pelvic floor. And as you exhale, just soften here completely. You can even relax your spine a little bit. As you inhale, find the length through your spine, just a subtle movement of your spine growing and your chest opening and your pelvic floor being filled with your breath. And as you exhale, soften like if you were deflating a balloon. Notice what your body naturally do. One more breath like this. Inhale. And exhale. Take an inhale to find the length of your spine. And we'll open this practice with 3 ohms. And you can either om, you can also just hum. But you do want to feel the vibration of your voice in your whole body. And you can relate to the sensation that your baby might be experiencing, floating in water, surrounded by all this water and surrounded by the sound of your voice when you hum or om. Take a deep inhale through your nose. First, exhale deeply through your mouth. Inhale to om. And gently open your eyes. Bring your hands behind your pelvis and bring your heels in line with your sit bones. And we're going to drop the knees from one side to another, allowing the awareness to move into what's happening in your hips as you move, noticing the quality of the tissue and the sensations that you have on your hips. During pregnancy, we tend to become more flexible because of the hormone relaxin. And that's one of the things we're going to be observing in this practice. When we are moving into stretching, we want to engage the body. We'll do that right now so you can understand what I mean. We are opening the legs. They can be around wider than the hips or as wide as you like. But in this case, you want to bring your toes towards you and engage your thighs towards the thigh bone, towards the hip. We're going to inhale, opening the chest. You can bring your hand forwards or back and exhale, rounding. And as you round, make sure to keep space for your baby. Inhale, open. And exhale, round. When we stretch anywhere in the body during pregnancy, you want to stay with that connection of your tissues and your muscles engaged so that you don't overstretch. We're coming right now forwards. You can press through your fingertips. Keep your legs active, your thighs engaged. So what you do not want is to relax there. The legs, like how I'm doing right now, you want to bring the toes towards you and activate your whole leg. Now from here, find the length of the spine. And if you already feel this, you're going to stay here breathing. Otherwise, you can come a little bit forwards and walk like a cat walking forwards, moving from one side and the other, maybe taking weight from one sit bone and the other, and find your depth here without coming to the limit of the stretch. You want to feel it, but not come to the limit. And this is one of the things we're taking care of during the time we're moving together, where you don't move to the limit of your stretch, but right behind that. And then breathe there, inhale into the length of the spine, keep the legs engaged. As you exhale, maybe come a little bit forwards, and you might still be with the hands back, and that's totally fine. Inhale. And exhale. Deeply inhale through your nose. And exhale, bring your chin to your chest here, letting your head weight, lengthening the muscles in the back of your head, relaxing your tongue and your mouth. One more breath. And inhale, walk all the way back if your hands are forwards. Bend your knees, and we'll move the legs again from one side to the other. In this practice, we'll also be bringing space to the body in general, but especially to the space of the lungs that often get kind of crumbled or with less space with the baby growing. Cross your legs or sit in any way that's good for you, where it's comfortable. You can have the something under your seat bones. Bring your fingertips beside your pelvis and reach your arms up with energy through the fingertips as you inhale. Feel your whole spine lengthening. Exhale, arms down, chin to the chest. Inhale, ground your seat bones, open your chest. And exhale. One more time, inhale. This time we're going to stay with the hands in line with the shoulders. Slide your shoulder blades down through your ribcage and exhale your right hand to the right side, lengthen through the left. Inhale here, ground your left seat bone, both shoulders away from the ear, so you do not want to be hanging on the right shoulder, but slide that shoulder blade down through the ribcage. We're going to exhale the left hand in the side of the ribcage here, open the chest, and keep the chest open as you exhale. Inhale, exhale, bend your elbow with intention, sliding the shoulder blade down, inhale. And one more time, exhale here. I'm going to move that arm, wanting to lubricate that shoulder. Bring the arm forwards and open here. Open your chest. You can even look up if that's available. And exhale. Inhale, open. And exhale. Inhale, open. This time we keep that right arm down. Come all the way back to center. Take a moment to feel both sides of your body and reach your arms out. Inhale. Both shoulder blades lie down. Bring your left hand to the floor and lengthen through the left fingertips. Inhale here. And exhale, grounding through your right sit bone and breathing into that space on the right lung. Allow your breath to fill your body. And next exhale, we're going to bend the elbow towards the rib cage. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend, open your chest. Keep your chest open as you reach with the right fingertips to the left side. One more time. Exhale. Inhale, reach. This time we stay with the arm back and then down in circles. Reach your arm forwards. Open your chest. You can even look up as you keep going with your arms. And take your time following the rhythm of a full and deep breath. Take another circle. Leave the arm down and come all the way back to center. Inhale, arms up. This time we're going to twist to the right side. Just a gentle twist. If this feels like too much, you can have your left hand in front of you instead. Find the length of your spine, and the length of the spine is way more important than going deep in the twist. Actually, during pregnancy, you want to keep the twist gentle. Inhale and exhale. And as you breathe, allow your breath as it comes in to open your body. So towards your ribcage and then down towards the space where your baby is being. Take another deep breath here. And inhale, come all the way up. And exhale towards your left side. Lengthen through your spine. Allow your neck to stay soft and maybe be a gentle end to your twist. Maybe you can look back, but don't force your neck. Keep the neck really soft. And then concentrate on guiding your breath into your ribcage and down towards the baby. towards your baby. Deeply inhale and deeply exhale, allowing the breath and the length to rehydrate the space of your intervertebral discs on your spine, bringing juiciness and nourishment into your body. Inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, arms down. One more time, bring the shoulders up, back, and down, and turn your palms up here. Soften your eyes or close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through your nose, down towards your pelvic bowl. Relax your belly. As you keep letting the breath in, feel the length of your spine. And exhale deeply here. Allowing your face to soften and your body in the inside to really soften and receive the energy of this being growing within you. Like if you can really open to what your baby is bringing. Gently open your eyes. Bring your cushion or blanket either under your knees if you like to have some padding, or out of the way. And bring your hands to the floor and your knees under your hips. And here, during pregnancy, often we experience some inflammation on the wrist or carpal tunnel. So the first thing is to have the hand wide open and not relax when you're giving way to the wrist. You want to spread the load through the hand. If this you still feel inflammation on the wrist, you might want to use your fists. You might want to have your elbows on the floor. And also walking the hands a little bit more forwards than right under the shoulders can be helpful. Inhale, lengthen your spine and tilt your pelvis just forwards to feel this anteversion of the pelvis. And as you exhale, press the floor with your legs and your hands around. Take a moment here to say no, to bring space in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, shoulders back, show your heart forwards. And exhale, hug baby with your abdominals just gently and round. Inhale, heart forwards. And exhale, round. This time we're going to stay in the center and spread the knees just a little bit more. Point the sit bones back and first start moving the pelvis quite big, as much as you can, from side to side. And here you can actually let your head wait. Move your pelvis from side to side. Notice the inside and the outside of your hip, the sensation there. And now we're going to keep the hip towards the right side and then bring the sit bones up and back as much as your belly allows and your body allows, then to the left and then forwards. As you come forward, show your heart slightly forwards. Sit bones to the right, back, left, and forwards. Now, keep moving like this, and it can be big circles, small circles, just really nourishing to have this movement in your toolbox for childbirth and for any time you need to rest the weight of the baby with gravity coming out of your spine. And it's just a really intuitive, I find, for childbirth movement to be in. During this session of prenatal classes, we'll be using voice in different ways. To know your voice, it's just so empowering to know and to be comfortable with your voice. So we'll start by humming. And as you hum, close your eyes and allow the sound to move through all of your body. Take a deep inhale to a hum. Come back to center. Take a moment of quiet when you're lengthening, where you're lengthening from tail to crown. And start moving your pelvis to the left side, back, right side, and then forwards. Left, back, right and forwards. Now, as you're here, you can include the rest of your spine, letting the pelvis be the guide, and the rest of your spine follows, including your head, including your shoulders. Allow your body to find the enjoyment of moving like this and find its way of moving in this energy of this spiral. Take a deep inhale to a humming sound. Lovely, and find the center. Reach from tail to crown. Inhale here and exhale back to child's pose. So child's pose with space for your baby, always in any posture, space for your baby. This might be good and enjoyable for some. For some, it might not, especially if your belly, if you're on your third trimester, you might want to come forwards on top of your knees and bring your elbows to the floor or to a block or bolster. Especially if you have a low blood pressure or sometimes high blood pressure, you want to keep your head more in line with your pelvis. This is an option. Relaxing here, relaxing a little bit there. Take the expression of child's pose that you enjoy and let your forehead be in contact with something, either with your fists or the floor or a bolster. Take a breath into your pelvic bowl, and this time we're going to engage the pelvic floor a little bit like if you were going to hold the P in the inhale. So you engage, inhaling, and as you exhale, soften pelvic floor like if you wanted to spread your seat bones and let it all soften. Take one more breath like this. And as you exhale, engage your pelvic floor. Inhale, come back to all fours and bring your knees under your hips. So we'll come into downward facing dog. If downward facing dog, which is up here, it's available for you, it feels good and enjoyable, come up to downward facing dog, knees open so that your belly can feet there. You can bend your knees, always giving more importance to the length of the spine. Take a couple of breaths there, but for some of us, it won't be available. And in that case, and you can try this even for fun, we're going to come to a variation where the pelvis stays on top of the knees and the hands walk forwards. You're pressing through all of your hand, the shoulders come away from the ears, and you're lengthening your spine here and then releasing the head. In this variation, which is quite strong as well, but with a little bit less inversion, the shoulder blades are sliding down through the rib cage and your head waits and your neck relaxes. If this is too much for your shoulders, you can always let your elbows release on the floor. But try this one with the elbows off the floor. Wherever you are, here or downward facing dog, take another deep breath and come all the way down to the floor. We call the toes on the floor. I'm going to walk the seat bones back towards the heels and find length of the spine here. And you're on top of your toes. So your toes are curled. Don't let your heels fall to the sides. Keep them under your seat bones to feel that lengthening and that stretch on the sole of the foot, which often gets tight. The plantar fascia gets tight during pregnancy and maybe because of relaxing as well. So it's good to find that arch of the foot. And we'll bring the shoulders up, back, and down. Interlace the fingers, lengthen through your arms, open your chest. Inhale and exhale. Soften your face, and especially if it's getting intense, smile. Breathe. If your knee is unhappy, that's different. You want to come out of the posture. If your knee is unhappy, be a little bit more up. But if it's your toes that are unhappy, one more breath. Keep your open heart and release your arms, shoulders up, back and down. Come forwards to all fours and move your pelvis from side to side. You can let your head wait and your neck soften. And from here, we're gonna come to standing, grounding through the hands. Curl your toes, come up to downward facing dog, and open your feet almost like a mat width apart. Lengthen here, take a moment here, bending the knees and lengthening the spine, and then you're gonna walk forward. So here you can always, if the floor is too far, you can always elevate the floor by having either a chair in front of the mat, blocks here, anything that will raise the floor. Bend your knees, and you can either bring your elbows to your thighs. You can have the hands down if that works for you. For many of us, it won't work, so an option is the block or the elbows on the thighs. And at first, we're going to release the head, shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. So wherever you are now, bring your hands under your knees. You want to charge your legs so that you're not hanging on your lower back. Charge your legs, activate your buttocks, hands under the knees, lengthen your spine. And you can use quite a lot of pressure on your hands towards your legs. Open your chest. So here you want to create like a table with your spine. So if I will have a plate with something there, it wouldn't spill anywhere. So you especially do not want to be rounding your spine here. In this case, bend your knees more and point your sit bones back. Take another inhale, charge your legs and reach your arms back, opening your chest. Squeeze your legs, especially if you have a fluctuation of pressure. Squeeze your legs so that the pressure equalizes, and then bend your knees and come up, reaching your arms up above your head. But if you're feeling dizzy, keep your hands down. You can bring your hands directly to your chest. Otherwise, reach your arms up. And exhale, arms down. And bring your shoulders up, back, and down. If you have a blanket in the mat, you can move it away. And find Tadasana, this palm tree pose, bringing the feet in line with your hips. Bring all of your toes up and ground through the mount of your toes. So the pillow of the toes stays on the floor, but your toes are up. And that helps in activating the inner arch of the foot, which is your foundation when you're standing. And it's really important during pregnancy because it's so easy to collapse the arch like this, and everything else kind of in the building collapses. Engage the inner arch, bring your toes up, activate your thighs, and keeping the mount of the big toe on the floor, press your knees slightly out. And here, we're gonna lengthen the spine, the legs very strong, but you're gonna bend your knees. Inhale, extend, press, grow, exhale, bend your knees. Keep your toes up as much as you can. Inhale, and slowly bend your knees. And as you're moving like this, we'll keep moving like this, kind of pulsing with the breath. Inhale, exhale, bend. Inhale, exhale, bend. As you pulse your body like this, imagine that you have an invisible string from your crown, lifting your whole body up. And as you imagine this invisible golden connection with up and high, breathe into your soles and the connection of your feet with the floor, those points behind the big toe, behind the pinky toe, center of the heel, and keep pulsing. Those are the roots, the energetic roots of your body connected to every other mother and woman and feminine energy through the connection with the earth. Inhale, find a quiet place where you extend your knees and press the floor. Breathe into these opposite directions towards the earth and up, which is actually not so opposite, but that's how we experience it. Inhale and exhale, allowing this direction to open into the circumference of your body. Bring your hands, one to the heart, one to the belly, and this time we're going to open the distance between the legs and soften the pelvis, moving from side to side, kind of bouncing here. And as you are moving like this, your pelvis, feel again your communication through your feet with the earth. We're going to start doing circles with the pelvis again, loosening up the energy of the area of our pelvic bowl. Moving the baby in its watery substance And as if you were infusing your whole body with the nourishment your baby is receiving, like you're getting to know this nourishment, other direction. There's so much that we can listen for when we are quiet, with this being growing within. Take another deep breath, moving like this. Allow your face to soften, your shoulders to soften, and then find a still point in the center. Press the floor, lengthen the spine, and release your hands. And take a breath here. You can soften your eyes. If you feel dizzy, keep your eyes open. And come to the top of the mat. We'll move in a variation of sun salutations, finding a stance that is a little bit wider than your hips. Press through your feet, again, building the inner arch, and you can always bring your toes up for that if you don't feel your inner arch. Open your chest and turn your shoulders so that your palms are turning slightly forwards. Take an inhale here. And an exhale here, and soften your knees, press the floor, reach your arms up and out as you inhale. Exhale, soften the knees, and we're coming down straight back, all the way down. If you reach, you can go to the blocks, or you can keep your elbows on the thighs, and this time release your head. Inhale, press the floor, lengthen to half lift. Open your chest, and now we're going to bring the hands down, one and then the other, and step back with the feet. You can go directly to all fours, or take a moment in a plank and then come to all fours. And here, first slide your shoulder blades away from the ears. Take an inhale, and we're gonna do a little, couple of little variation of Chaturanga Dandasana of yogic push-up. We're gonna inhale here, exhale down, not very much. You want to keep that integrity in the shoulders. Inhale up, exhale, inhale up, and exhale. We'll keep it gentle for this first class. Call your toes. You can even either go to downward facing dog, if that's there for you, or you can walk your hands forwards and lengthen through your tail. So it's not child's pose. Your pelvis stays on top of the knees. Lengthen through your whole spine, pressing your whole hand to the floor and breathing here. If you are in downward facing dog, feel free to move your pelvis from side to side, to walk in place. Also, if you're in this variation, take another deep breath. And if you're in downward facing dog, look forwards. If you're in Anahatasana, the modification of downward facing dog, bring your hands back, curl your toes, and we're going to open the distance between the legs and walk the hands back towards the feet. Point your toes out and bring your pelvis down in line with your knees. And here again, you can have blocks. You can have your elbows on your thighs. We're going to stay with the pelvis kind of in line with the knees for now. Open your chest. Inhale and exhale. Fold in. Bring your toes in. And this time we're inhaling half lift. Exhale, either fold in or bring the elbows on the thighs. Lengthen your spine. Activate your legs as you find half lift again with the arms to the sides, and then press the floor, come all the way up. Again, you can keep your arms low if you're having low blood pressure. Exhale, palms down. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale here. One more breath. You can side it out. Inhale through your nose. Beautiful. We'll do this one more time. Coming to the front of the mat. Bring your feet a little bit wider than your hips so you have space for your baby. Engage your inner arch. You can bring the toes up. Open your chest here. Press the floor. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lengthen your spine, soften your knees, and feel free to come down if that works, or keep your elbows on your thighs, release your head. Inhale, lengthen to half lift. And exhale, bring the hands to the floor and bring your legs back and then the knees to the floor. Ground your whole hand, so active fingers, shoulders away from the ears, and slide your shoulder blades through your rib cage. Inhale and show your heart forwards. The elbows are close to your rib cage, not all the way down. And inhale up and exhale. Inhale up, just one more time. Exhale. Inhale up. If you're coming to downward facing dog, curl your toes, come up. If you're staying in the variation, walk your hand forwards. Slide your shoulder blades back through the ribcage and lengthen through your tail as you lengthen also through your neck. And here there's a little bit of a sensation in both variations that your shoulder blades, that your armpits, are facing in towards the heart. Instead of out, like I'm doing right now, in towards the heart, like embracing the heart. And then you lengthen through your elbows and press through your hands. One more breath. And if you're in downward facing dog, look forward, start walking your hands back. And in any variation, you're going to walk your hands back, open the distance between your legs, point your toes out, and bring your pelvis down in line with your knees for now. Hands can stay on the floor, or you can bring your forearms to the thighs and open your chest here. Inhale and exhale. Allow the breath to kind of pulsate on your body, allowing your body to open and lengthen as you inhale and to surrender more as you exhale. Bring your hands to the floor, toes in. Bring your hands under your knees and lengthen to half lift. And here is your moment to engage buttocks, engage thighs, and soften either hands on the floor or elbows on the thighs. One more time, lengthen through your spine. Bring your arms beside your torso and press the floor, come all the way up. Inhaling and exhale. Bringing one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Feet a little bit wider than your hips, soften and start doing these circles with your pelvis. Inhale and exhale. If you do not feel dizzy, you can close your eyes. And as you move, just go into that movement of these circles with your pelvis. Just go into that energy. And you can always keep your eyes open if that's better for you. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Notice the direction of the circles and take a moment to be still in the center. Notice what happens and how it feels when you stop. And let's go in the other direction with the circles. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Is it more natural to go in one direction than the other? Does it feel different to go in one direction than the other? Sometimes that information can tell us something about the position of the baby in the pelvis. Just good to notice what is there. Take a moment to find your center. Extend your knees and release your arms. Let your arms just wait beside your body. Take a breath here. And come to the front of your mat again. We'll move into Mahavirabhadrasana Warrior B. So we start bringing the weight to the left foot and stepping the right leg back. And it will be about one of your legs width apart. And then you want to bend the front knee. And if this feels not good, you can always close the distance. You can bend the knee more or less. What you do want in terms of safety of your joints is to have the knee in line with the center of the foot. And I'm going to show it this way. You want to have that front knee in line with the center of the foot and not falling in to protect the knee. So keep the knee out. We're going to bring all of the toes up with the mount of the toes on the floor, but the toes off the floor to build that inner arch on both feet. The back foot, the outside border is pressing down towards the floor, also toes up. Let the tail go down and the front leg is pressing a little bit towards the left. From here, bring your hands to your heart and bring your shoulders down and notice the sensation of your hands on your heart. And then you're going to spread your arms out. Inhale and exhale. We're just going to take 3 more breaths here. Feel the connection of your feet with the earth. And notice that as you press down, there's a rebound energy, and that keeps your body kind of buoyant in this posture. Keep the inhale and the exhale very deep. Staying with the legs like this, bring your hands to your belly. Keep your right hand on your belly as you reach your left hand up. Lengthen up and then open your chest a little bit more up towards the ceiling. And here, as you're kind of reaching with your heart up, feel your tail reaching down. So there's an opposite direction. So there's a length on your spine. Inhale and exhale here. Next inhale, come back to warrior B and bring your left front toes forwards to in this parallel position. Bend your knees for a moment, and you are a little bit in a pigeon-toed kind of situation there, lengthening the outside of your leg. You can bring your hands to your waist. Inhale and exhale, and then walk your feet close to each other, and then you're going to walk again to the front of the mat, bringing your feet close to each other. Lengthen your spine. Take a moment to just be here, pressing. I'm going to go this way. Bring your left leg back, big step. Keep your knee in line with your front, the middle toes in your right leg, and bend the knee. And the knee, the other thing in this alignment, you want to have your knee right on top of the ankle or behind, but do not go passing the ankle because that's also not great for the knee. Tail down, all of your toes come up to build your inner arch, and feel that reaching of the mount of your toes and the center of the heel to the floor. Tail down, let that energy of the earth move up through your body and bring your hands to your heart. Take a moment to connect with that strength of your legs and the earth sustaining you. And then as you breathe, it all moves into your heart. From your heart, open your arms out and reach out. Allow your breath to keep moving within you. So even though it seems like a static posture, and it is a strong posture, beautiful warrior B, there's a buoyancy in that communication with the earth, from the surface of your feet in contact, through the arch you're making with your legs, all the way to your pelvis. Allow a subtle movement to be present. And exhaling, keep the posture with your legs, but bring your hands to your belly. Lengthen through your right arm up and feel from your right seat bone to your fingertips, you're lengthening, and then maybe reaching a little bit more through your heart. Now, as you're here, notice the reach of your tail down, and at the same time, the reach of your crown up, and breathe. Next, inhale, come back to center. Turn your right toes in. You might even close a little bit the distance between your legs. And you want to have like a pigeon toe position, hands on the waist. Bend your knees. Tail down, inhale. And exhale here. Take another deep breath. Lovely. And heel toe your feet in, step on the front of your mat, and bring your hands beside your body. Inhale here, and exhale. We're going to come up to come down. So again, in the front of your mat, press your feet. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding in. Make sure you have space for your belly in between your thighs. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, half lift. Exhaling, bring your hands to the floor, step back. And bring your knees to the floor. And as you're here, move your pelvis from side to side. You can even let your head hang here. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Lovely. And we're going to turn the legs to one side and bring the legs forwards. You want to have the legs around a little bit wider than hip width apart. And when you sit like this, notice if you're sitting back on your tail, you want to have something under your sit bones to raise your pelvis and bring space for your whole spine, which helps in your enjoyment of your body while being pregnant, this length of the spine, and also in oxygenating the space for your baby. Take an inhale here and exhale. And if you can use your blocks under your hands here. You can use your fingertips, squeeze your elbows in, toes stays towards you as you press open your chest. So it's just a gentle pressing. Inhale and exhale. Take another breath. A little bit of engagement of your back muscles and a little bit of hugging your baby here. Beautiful. Bend your right knee to the outside of your right hip sit bone and bring your foot out, and you'll find your way here. So it's a variation of Janu Shirshasana. Sometimes if the belly is quite low, the heel right in front of the pubic bone doesn't feel good, so you can bring it out, you can bring it a little bit more out forwards. And we're going to engage the left toes. And here, again, be aware of if you're sitting back here. In this case, you want to bring the fingertips behind your pelvis, activating the legs because of that relaxing. We want to keep this activation of the tissue and lengthen your spine. And we're going to move, if you're in this situation where your pelvis comes back, we're going to move in little circles here. Now, it could be really good to have something to feel your pelvic floor against the floor, like a blanket or a block or even the floor. So we're going to move like this. Now, if you're a little bit more flexible, keep the legs active, but you can come more forwards in this kind of situation. Keep the breath moving fully inhaling through your nose down to your belly and exhaling. Other direction with the circles. Good. Come back to center. Bring the hand outside of the leg. It might work inside as well. And we're going to press through the fingertips, open the chest here, and maybe walk the hands more closer to the leg if it works. Inside might work as well. But make sure to open your chest. You can have your hand on your belly and feel that length from pelvic floor connected with the earth all the way to your heart and the baby in the center of this space. Inhale and exhale. We're going to bring the left hand forward to reach. Inhale here and exhale. You can stay here. You can bring your hand behind your head if it feels more nourishing for your body. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Allow your face to soften and your whole body to surrender to the wave-like cradling of the breath. Keep the action on your legs. So the legs are not relaxed, but active against the floor. One more breath. Inhaling, come all the way back to center. Extend your right leg forwards, or whichever legs you have forwards. I'm going to do it this way. And bend your other leg a little bit to the outside of the sit bone. And you can have the hands back or forwards. Actually, we're gonna bring the heel in front of the pubic bone. Find your way there, either right in front or a little bit further. Tilt your pelvis forwards and do a couple of these round and extending of your spine, feeling the sensation of your pelvic floor against the floor, awakening that space of your root and your pelvic bowl. The energy house in this area of your pelvis. And then you're going to start doing circles. You can keep your hands back behind your pelvis or you can bring them forwards. Deep inhale and deep exhale as you move. And you can move in really small circles or bigger if that's better. So in this class and in this time, it's really, for me as a teacher, it's really about guiding an exploration of your body, and it might be really different. For every woman, it's really different. Change the direction. And this is so empowering when you know what works for your body at any given moment. So it might be different today than yesterday. And especially during pregnancy, when the body changes so fast. It's a constant in your face, in your body, discovering what is it for you. And everybody else is gonna, not everybody else, but many others are gonna try to tell you what works. And it's really good when you know more of your body than anybody else. So coming all the way to center, bring your left hand, maybe, if this is the side you're working, on the outside or on the inside. And there's a little bit more of twist when you have the hand in the inside, so check what works for you. Lengthen your spine, reach your other hand up and lengthen. Turning your heart up, keeping your shoulder blades down through your ribcage. Inhale, exhale here. Always bringing more space into your whole body with your breath. You can always bring that upper hand behind your head. See if that works best for your neck. Sometimes it helps relax the face and the mouth more. Allow your breath to fill you. Take another deep breath here. And come all the way up. Extend your leg forward, so both legs are extended forwards. And let's see, time. We're coming down to Shavasana. So there is different ways you can come to Shavasana. I'll show you the one I prefer because if you have a belly already, you're probably sleeping on your side. So in this way, you can be on your back, and it can be one or two. If you have one block, it's fine, use one. But two, there's a little bit more angle. Your bolster or pillow, you will place it like this in an angle. And sometimes it's nice, especially if your lower back is not comfortable like this, you can raise your pelvis with a blanket or a pillow. So you'll be a little bit away, a couple of inches away from the bolster, and it depends, check how it feels, and you might need more space or less space. And then just rest your spine on the bolster. And you can either extend your legs completely, you can have something under your knees, make sure your lower back is comfortable. And here, if you're in this variation, you can interlace your fingers and then separate your hands and let them wait. There's often, with the growth of the breath, there's often some tenderness and tension on the front of the chest, on the chest. So this can be nice to move here a little bit, and then you just will release. If you don't have a bolster, you prefer to be on your side. You want to lay on your left side. I'll talk more about that in the chat and over the different, so many things to explain, but we have just a little bit of time. So you will be on your left side, something under your head so that your neck is aligned with your spine. So something under your head and another either bolster, pillow under your knee. So your pelvis, your SI joint is kind of aligned, your leg is aligned with your hip and not like pushing or pulling on your SI joint. So this is a place to be as well. Find your way for Shavasana. And take a moment to be really comfortable, maybe turn down some lights. I'll be sitting, but you can rest. I'll be guiding you through just a moment of relaxing. Something on top of the eyes can be really nice as well. And when you are in a place where you can stay for a couple of minutes, take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale with an audible sound of the heart opening. Take another breath like this. Inhale and let your heart kind of loosen within your whole body. Inhale. And then inhale and exhale. Feeling the weight of your head on the floor. Allow your brain to relax and your whole face to surrender its familiar expression. Allow your throat to soften, your chest to soften. And in that, your heart loosens even more throughout your whole torso, enveloping with its energy and substance the space of your baby. And it's like you and your baby are mixing in substances, changing each other. Allow your shoulders and groins to soften and your arms and legs to wait on the floor. I'm going to stay in silence for around 1.5 minutes, and I will call you back. Take a deep breath. And notice how your body receives your inhale and your exhale. Before you move, let your awareness rest in the tiniest, more subtle movements within you, even smaller than your breath and your heart beating. And very gently start moving your body in any way that is enjoyable now. Maybe awakening your toes and fingers, your ankles and wrists. Maybe move your head from side to side on the floor or on the bolster. And maybe you want to stay some more in the resting position. Feel free to do that. You can close the practice from there. Or you can start coming to a fetal position if you are laying on your bolster. Take a breath there. And with helping hands, make your way to a comfortable seated position where you can happily find length on your spine. You might want to bring something under your sit bones again to find more length. Take your time to come to a seated position and then bring your hands to your belly. With a soft touch, be aware of the sensation of your hands in contact with your belly. And move your hands as if you were caressing the delicateness of your baby. It can be just fingertips in contact with the belly or your whole hand. Just move in a way that's like if you were touching your baby. And let your hands rest either on your belly or on your thighs. We're going to close this practice with one Om and 3 blessings of peace, Shanti. Take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale with a sigh through your mouth. Enjoying the rhythm, the vibration of your voice. Inhale to Om. Om. Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.